If you've ever watched the TV series Jersey Shore, there's two things that you might remember. Number one, and number two,
this is the shirt before the shirt.
And you're going to need to stick with us here, but we found there's some real wisdom in this second principle that applies not only to our filmmaking, but also to our wider careers. We call it the thing before the thing. Let us explain. The whole reason this video came about is because I've recently discovered a love for capturing video on real film. And after filming Ben's wedding on Super 8 film this summer, I wanted to do more. I had an idea in mind to capture autumn on Super 8, as the medium would lend itself so well to those rich autumn colours. I bought a new reel of film and started shooting. Now back to what you came for, more Jersey Shore content.
And I got the shirt, but I ain't wearing the shirt when we go out.
Every evening, they'd first put on a kind of warm-up shirt that they'd wear around the house before changing into the real shirt they'd wear for the main event when they went out to the clubs.
This is the shirt before the shirt.
Perhaps a better term for this idea is the thing before the thing. And it's something we've seen happen in our career many times. Something that needs to happen first before something more successful can happen in the future. Take, for example, our documentary Lewis FC, A Different Ballgame, where we followed the first ever football team to pay their men's and women's team equally throughout an important season for the club as they try and gain promotion and survive financially. There's so much that we loved about this documentary. However, at the time, we ultimately viewed this project as a failure on our part. We just come off the back of producing 3 documentaries for Amazon Prime Video, yet for this new production where we felt we'd really stepped up our game as filmmakers, we couldn't find a home for it and ended up self-distributing on YouTube. But fast forward a year and we were at the premiere of our Netflix documentary, Game On, The Unstoppable Rise of Women's Sport. And without the connections that we'd made and the experience we'd had when producing the Lewis documentary, arguably this Netflix documentary might never have happened. You can only ever connect the dots looking backwards, and it's easy to do now, but this Lewis documentary was very much the thing before the thing, and it's a really important mindset we feel to adopt in your own careers. The Super 8 camera came with us everywhere this autumn, documenting what we're getting up to, and although there was a plan and a vision for how this finished film would look, as sometimes is the case, it didn't come out quite as intended. Particularly in the age of social media and metrics, taking a step back to have a look at the bigger picture and see how everything's contributing to your wider career goals can be really helpful and really beneficial to maintain motivation, enthusiasm, and a love for your craft as well. The thing before the thing is all about removing that fear of failure. We'll have that voice in our head that pops up when a new idea comes to mind saying why it won't work and the reasons why we shouldn't do it. But if you think of this new idea as just being a thing before the thing, all of a sudden that pressure disappears. At the time, you might not be able to put your finger on exactly how this project is going to enhance your career, but looking back, you're going to know that it's going to play a key part in getting you to where you want to go. So although this recent Super 8 film could be seen as unsuccessful, it might just end up being another thing before the thing, something that needed to happen before a more successful project in the future. When the Jersey Shore cast woke up the next morning, no one ever discussed what had happened while they were wearing the shirt before the shirt. And ultimately, the thing before the thing is a mindset shift to justify doing something you're passionate about without knowing what the end result's going to be. It's a license to try new things, experiment, to push yourself, viewing success simply as having executed your vision rather than worrying about external metrics or results.